The UK Foreign Secretary Jeremy Hunt is under fire after reaching a deal with Germany over the export of certain weapons components. Berlin, unlike London, has banned arms sales to Saudi Arabia, but a loophole was found to sell parts ultimately destined for Riyadh to the UK. Since 2015, UK arms sales to Saudi Arabia have earned London $6 billion. The weapons have been used to bomb Yemen. Some of the Saudi-led strikes in the conflict have been deemed war crimes by the UN. 60,000 people have been killed in Yemen, with the country also facing a major humanitarian crisis. The Houthi leader says UK Foreign Secretary Jeremy Hunt can't be both a peace broker and an arms salesman.
If it wasn't for the joint British, US, Saudi and UAE naval forces, the existing famine and the tragic humanitarian situation wouldn't reach such critical levels. The Saudi-led coalition, backed by Britain, commits war crimes and does not abide by, as Britain claims, the most stringent guidelines for the export of weapons in the world.
And reports are adding context to a tragic reality. The UK's Mail on Sunday has revealed that at least 5 British Special Force commandos were wounded in gun battles as part of a secret military campaign in northern Yemen. Believed to be part of the Special Boat Service, it's said that they are now back in Britain recovering. To spark further controversy, the UK's forces are allegedly fighting alongside child soldiers.
Here in the UK, the news triggered protests and condemnation from an MP, with the war in Yemen already in its 4th year.
I'm here to express my outrage of the complicity of the British government of the war in Yemen. British soldiers were fighting alongside indentured child soldiers that were forced to fight in the Yemen. This is a war crime, this is a crime almost against humanity, and Britain has been complicit in it, and we must say no more.
Inside Westminster, the Shadow Foreign Secretary is questioning the scope of Britain's involvement.
If that is in any way true, because if it is, then it would confirm that our forces are not just a party to this conflict, but witnesses to war crimes.
When pressed on the issue, Mark Fields from the UK's Foreign Office said he would seek to get to the bottom of the allegations, but can't comment on the presence of UK soldiers on the ground. As for the Ministry of Defence, they apparently don't comment on their special forces. But with little sign of an end to the conflict, we asked people here in London what they think about the crisis in Yemen.
I'm very surprised that troops are getting involved. Yeah. Didn't know that.
It's hypocritical of them to be saying, that they're kind of trying to aid the Yemeni conflict. They're fueling the Yemeni conflict.
I don't think they should have any part in it. Personally, no, I don't think they should be doing that. It should be dealt with, internally. But I also understand Yemen is a, phenomenally complicated situation.
Some people we asked were unsure about the UK's exact mission in Yemen, but they're not the only ones.
To ask the Secretary of State for Defence what recent assessment he has made of the effectiveness of operations involving British armed forces in the Yemen in the last 6 months.
None.
With civilians bearing the brunt of the crisis and millions on the brink of famine, doubt is again being cast on the UK's role and whether it is party to the conflict. Hinisha Sethi, RT, London.
Writer and commentator Abdel Bari Atwan says the British public should be horrified.
This is the first evidence that there are troops on the grounds fighting alongside the Saudi forces and the Saudi-backed militia in this bloody war. I believe it is a disaster, to be honest, for the British people to pay for this war from their own pockets, actually, from their own taxes, and finance a war which is, a war crime is committed in Yemen, and to know that the special forces participating with the Saudi, who are the aggressor here, who are actually the party which bombing hospitals, schools. I believe this war actually wouldn't be ended either by peace or by war, because there is a stalemate there. So but the British government should actually use its knowledge to put pressure on Saudi Arabia in order to stop this war, because the Saudis sent their warplanes and they sent also the personnel and they composed a coalition in order to fight this war, hoping to win it in a few weeks' time. but it's dragged on for now 4 years, and it is the fifth year is in its way.